Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 18. So I mostly have works in progress to show you because getting anything done right now seems to be impossible. But I do have a few small finished objects. First, I want to show you that I dyed some yarn, which I never really felt like I was going to do. So a few years ago, so not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, I got a Mary Maxim mystery box, and in there was some white, some of this dishcloth cotton in plain white, and I was like, what am I ever going to do with plain white cotton? And it's not soft enough to do anything like wearable out of it, hence the dishcloth part. So I decided I would eventually try to dye it. Those of you who saw one of my videos a few months ago where I got a bunch of free stuff from Joann's, I was able to get some Tulip Fabric Dye, the little pouches of powder. And so I was kind of researching on how I could use that to dye this yarn. So I kind of followed a ChemKnits tutorial. She was using some Tulip one-step tie-dye. Now this wasn't tie-dye, but it was still powder, so I kind of did it the same way. So the colors I used were, I had 4 colors, and I don't have them down here with me. I had pink, like bright pink, aqua, royal blue, and a purple. And I had 2 skeins. So the first one I did with the bright pink, the aqua, and the royal blue. So there's that. And then the second one I did the bright pink, the aqua, and the purple. There's that. So that was kind of fun. It actually didn't really take that long. It was mostly just putting on the powder, letting it sit, and then steaming it. So I was able to do that just in a day. So that was kind of fun. So that was my first finished object. My second one is a necklace that I'm planning on giving away to somebody. I got this croquet yarn from Joann's. It was clearance. It says $2.47, but it came up $1.85. So I wanted to use this to make a necklace. So it's a tutorial that I don't remember the person who did it. I've used her tutorial before, so I'll link it below, but I did make some adjustments. So here it is. I was trying to figure out which beads to put on here, and so I had like 6 different kinds that I just kind of slid onto the yarn to decide, and there was 3 that I liked, so I just decided to use all 3 together. So I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so there's like a gray, a square, see-through, and somewhere, there we go, there's some little white seed beads. So I have a hard time making things random, like without doing patterns, but I did try to do that this time because there's so many strands together. I knew it would all kind of even out. So the adjustments I made on her pattern, she has you do, I think, 8 chains in between each bead. And so in each section, there's 32 beads, I think. I don't remember. But anyway, I did 4 chains in between each bead. So basically, I just ended up with half of the amount of strands. I didn't want it so thick, so that's why I did it that way. So I'd use the same number of beads as hers, just closer together. So there's that. And then my other finished objects are all keychain chapstick holders. So I kind of used a tutorial by Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet. So I wanted to use the yarn I just dyed for that, so I'm trying to use all cotton yarn for these. So here's the first one. So yeah, I basically used her pattern. I did adjust like how you attach it to the key ring I just single crocheted back and forth a few times and then flipped it over and sewed it down. So this one is just straight single crochets like her pattern. And then I decided to start switching things up. So the second one I did single crochets in the back loop. I don't know why that doesn't want to focus very well. Yeah, single crochets in the back loop. There you go. So that's the two different yarns. The one with the royal blue and the one with the purple. And then I had some other skinnier cottons. I think I did half double crochet in the back loop for that one. And then this one I did front loop, or front post, back post double crochets, so it's a little bit fatter. I don't know if I like that one as much, but. And then I used the croquet yarn again because it was still out, and this one's just plain single crochets all the way around. And this one's a lot skinnier, so I think I changed the amount of single crochets you start with at the beginning to just get it a little bit wider. So yeah, I think that's everything that's actually finished. As you can tell, it's all small stuff that I can do a little bit here and there. So for my bigger projects, what do I want to start with? So I like to make or give Valentine's Day presents to my daughters. So this year I came across this beanie pattern. It's called the Love Beanie and Slouch. So she has an option to make it a beanie or a slouch size. And it comes in like toddler, child, adult sizes, which is nice. So I decided I'd make some of those. So I have 2 in progress for 2 of my girls, and then I want to try to make one for the baby. I'd have to adjust. They don't have a baby size, so I'd have to adjust it, and we'll see how that goes. And then I was going to make one for me so we could all match, but just different colors. So it's Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. So this first one is for the 3-year-old, and it's in pink, and it has this fun little raised heart design on it. So there's that. And this one I basically just need to tie up the top and weave it in. So that one's basically done. I've been trying to kind of work on these with the kids around, but not let them see what it is. Otherwise I'd never get it done. The second one is the teal color, and there's the heart on that. The only bad thing about doing an ombre on kid-sized hats is the color doesn't change very much, so you can barely tell the color changes a little bit from here all the way to the top. And I still have a few more rows to go on this one, but it's not, this one's a little more obvious, the color change. The baby one probably won't have much of a color change at all, but that's okay. And we'll see what mine ends up turning out to be. Yeah, so the teal one's called Deep Teal. I think the pink is called Jazzy. It's left over from an older project though, so I don't have the ball band anymore for that. So there's that. I have less than 2 weeks to get those done. My next work in progress that I have a month to get done is a baby christening dress. And this pattern is by Crochet Garden or something like that. She has it on Ravelry, and when I bought it over the summer, she was having a sale on her website, so I got it for like half off. But right now all I have is, I think, most of the like main yoke part, and then it goes into like a long skirt. So I still have a few rows to go on this, and then you kind of connect here. I think the top will have a button, and then you go into the skirt, and then I think somewhere it adds sleeves. Not really sure. I have to keep working on that. So this one's hard to get work done on. I did decide to use Premier Cotton Fair in the color white for this one. But I have to be able to like sit and concentrate on it. Not that it's super complicated so far, but I want to make it right. Like I want it to look really nice and not have split parts and stuff. So I can pretty much only work on this when all the kids are in bed and I have time to just sit and be by myself. So some days it works and some days it doesn't work. So yeah, I have like a month and a few days to get that done. So we'll see how that goes. And then next, I think everything else is like crochet alongs, make alongs that I've decided to do, but I'm trying not to like stress about them. So the first one is the birthstone make along from Judy from Witch Piece Crafts. She has posted the February color, but I am not there yet. So this is my January. It's the dark red. This is the Alpine Stitch. I think I called it the Aspen Stitch last time I talked about it, which I think is totally wrong. The Alpine Stitch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make, and I didn't make up this idea, I'll post the link to the person's idea but down below. It's like a baby sensory book. So each page has a different type of textured stitch, and then they made like a cover for it and put it all together to make a book for a baby. So I figured this could be like a good Christmas gift for our new baby. She'll be just over a year at Christmas. So it gives me a chance to do one page a month, and then maybe depending on the colors, one color might end up being the cover. I think whoever put this together, they only used, I think 7 or 8 stitches, so I might have to come up with some of my own stitches besides what they already have, and just try to kind of make them all the same size. So we'll see how that goes. I did decide to do purple for February. February is my birth month, and the birthstone is amethyst, so I'm definitely going with purple for that. I haven't looked at the other stitches to decide what stitch to do yet, but that's the plan. We'll see what if I get to it. Okay, the next one is the Jada and Stitches calendar blanket. I really debated on doing this one or not. This one is going to be like my lowest priority as far as keeping up with how, like, on schedule. But I did choose all my colors. I want my colors to go with either the season or the holiday for that month. So January, I think of snow. I live in Wyoming, it snows, it's cold. So, and I'm not even done with this yet. I have a few more rows to do, and then the border. So I had just this light blue in my stash. It was from a garage sale. I thought it was Red Heart Super Saver, but it's a little bit squishier than the other ones that I have. And pretty much everything else that I'm going to use is Red Heart Super Saver scraps or whatever stuff I had in my stash. So I'm hoping it's the same size. And then I'm going to do white for the border. I do want the strips to be a little bit wider. So she talked about in her live the other day about you can add 2 rounds of the border. So I think I'm going to do that. So just do the blue in the middle and then the white on the outside. And I thought about showing you all the colors that I'm going to do for the rest of the year, but I think I'll just show you as we go, because I didn't feel like, I did put them all in a bag the other day just so they'd all be together, but I didn't feel like dragging it down here and pulling them all out. So for February, I think I'm doing red and pink, or maybe 2 shades of pink, but I think red and pink is what I decided for that. Since I'm doing white on this, I don't want to do white in February. So I kind of planned it all out to not have too many of the same color. I do have like 3 months that have red in them, but I hope that's okay. So there's that. And then I'm also going to do Pamela's, her towel topper thing, but I'm really frustrated right now because I've been to my Dollar Tree, my Family Dollar, and my Walmart, and none of them have towels for Valentine's Day. So I think later today I have to go to the next town over anyway. We might stop at Ross. I think they're probably going to be my best bet, but they're probably not as cheap as like the dollar store. So at Walmart I did find a cute towel that I'm going to use for January. Obviously I'm not keeping up on this either, but I'll show you that anyway. It is this cute towel. I thought that looked nice and wintry for January. So any of the, if there's a towel that has kind of like a pattern that has to be straight up and down, I think I'm going to use Pamela's tutorial for her towel topper. I haven't even looked at it yet, but I know she has one, because you can make 2 towels out of 1 towel. Like, you cut it in half and make 2. There is another towel topper thing that I want to try, that you kind of sew it to one of the corners and then it hangs down. That's all connected still. But so it just like hangs down, not straight, it's like sideways. So if there's a pattern that is more just a design that could be whatever direction, I might try that one, just because that's something I've wanted to try before and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Yeah, so eventually these first few months of the year are kind of hectic with the baby dress, and I wanted to make her an Easter dress. And so hopefully after March or April I can get caught up on these other things a little bit. We'll see how that goes. I think that is all for my works in progress and all for my finished objects. Let's see, we're at 16 minutes. I think I will show you, I was trying to decide if I wanted to show you any of my acquisitions or not from this month, but I think I'll go get them and show you at least a few things, so I'll be right back. Okay, so first I want to show you what I got at Walmart, even though you've probably already seen everybody else got the same thing. So there was a few of their jumbo Red Heart Super Savers coming up, bringing up at 64 cents each. And Ella from No Catchy Name posted that on a day that I was already planning on going shopping at Walmart. So I decided while I was there to check it out. Why not? So I did get a few. Let's see. So I got soft white. And I just got one of each of these. I know lots of people went a little crazy and got lots. I don't have the space for that. And since I don't have a specific project in mind, I couldn't justify getting more than one, especially when these are jumbo skeins. So soft white, then the Aran, then buff, and then cherry red, and then the camo. Yeah, camouflage is what that one's called. So while I did notice later looking at my receipt that one of these came up regular price, even though when I scanned them in the store they all said 64 cents, but I wasn't too worried about it. It wasn't worth going back and changing. I did think it would be kind of fun if we did the white, the Aran, oh, and I'm dropping things, and the buff together with like they have like also a little bit lighter brown. If we did those together with the lighter brown in some sort of chevron-y blankety pattern. I am going to use probably this color for my November and my Mile a Minute cal from Jada and Stitches. And then another day at Walmart, I was in the clearance aisle and happened to come across these shawl on a ball. And it was one of those times where they didn't have the sticker on the item, it was like a sticker on the box that they were in, and so I made sure to scan it to see if it was right, because these were 75 cents each for a shawl and a ball. So I got 2 of the Feng Shui Gray, and then 2 of the Peaceful Earth. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to make with this one. I do like browns, but they're not like the thing I go to first. This gray one, I think I've decided to make a Bag O Day summer top, but make it into a swimsuit cover thing. Since I do have 2 of those, that should be enough to do that, I think. So yeah, so that's my yarn stuff. I did have to buy the Red Heart Super Saver and the croquet, which I already showed you. The Red Heart Super Saver ombre for the hats. I did recently buy the teal and the gray for those. I already had the pink. So then I got some stuff at Joann's. Let me get it out of the bag so it doesn't get all crinkly. Hold on. Okay, so I went to Joann's and I had a $5 off as long as you spent at least $5 coupon, and I had like 50% off of 2 different items that I could all like use at the same time. So I ended up buying a bunch of stuff, not a ton of stuff, but I ended up spending like $10. So one thing I bought was a roll of wrapping paper, which I'm not going to show you, but it was originally $10 on clearance for 3. I got this dot sticks glue for diamond dot painting, like making your own. This is normally like $9, so I got this half off. I got 3 colors of like the individual diamond dots, and I'll explain what these are for in a minute. So I think one of these ended up being 50% off and one was 40% off, and then the other one was just regular price. And then 2 things of embroidery thread. The croquet yarn was from that same haul. So all of that for $10. I was pretty excited. So the diamond dot stuff in this is for, I know I showed you guys a few, I don't know, sometime I've showed you guys the canvases that I make for my daughters. So it's an 8x10 canvas, and it spells out their name, so each one has their letter like made in a different way. So my goal, so now I have to make one for the baby Eleanor, which happens to be 7 letters, just like the other 2 daughters. It worked out that way. So my goal is to try to make 1 letter per month-ish. I obviously missed January because I'm not done. But one of the letters I want to do with diamond dots with the 3, so I usually pick 3 colors that go together and then do 1 letter like with one of the colors, or a mixture of 2 or 3, and then kind of space out the colors throughout the whole name. So the diamond dots one, I'm going to do one of the letters with all 3 colors in it. The embroidery thread is going to be like a cross stitch one for one of the letters, and it'll just be that orangey color. So yeah, the 3 colors I decided for this one is like a brightish pink, a brightish orange, and then like a coral. So hopefully, and I picked these first before picking, like I'm gonna do another letter with paint, like paint pouring. But I picked these first because I thought it'd be easier to find paint that matches the diamond dot than finding a diamond dot that matches paint, if that makes sense. So that's why I did it that way. So hopefully one of these days I can get started on some of these. I'm also making a diamond dot painting for my grandma for Christmas. It's a nativity one. I split it up into 10 sections so that I can do 1 section a month. And then it'll be done by, the end of October, and I can work on getting it framed or whatever to get it to her before Christmas. So I didn't feel like bringing that down and showing it to you, but just because we're talking about diamond dots, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Yeah, I think that is nope, that's not everything. I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, so it's a good thing I write things down, because otherwise I'd forget everything. So I did make a Hirschner's order, because I needed multiple reasons. So for the baby dress, with the cotton fair, I was trying to decide between the cotton fair and a yarn bee, like Spiness, I think it was called. And so I was kind of waiting to decide like 30% off of at Hobby Lobby, but I don't have one near me, so I'd have to pay for shipping. And I liked that one, that it had a little bit of a sheen to it, and the cotton fair didn't. But then the cotton fair was maybe going to be cheaper depending on where I bought it. So Hirschner's had it, and I also had a free shipping if you spent $35 or more. So I ended up spending like $15 on the cotton fair because they were like $5 each, and I bought 3 of them. And then to get the free shipping, I had to buy more. So I bought 5 of these coffee shop. I've always wanted to try these. I've seen them. It kind of reminds me of Lion Brand Ferris wheel. It's really soft. So I bought 5 of those. It's a lightweight 3. This color is steel, and it's 284 yards each, 85% acrylic and 15% wool. I think I want to make myself a sweater type shirt. There's one from Moogly that I think I might be leaning towards. I think it's Moogly who does it. Obviously this is not, I'm not in a hurry to make this, but there's that. And then the other thing that helped me decide is they also had Lion Brand Ice Cream Cotton Blend, which if you saw my last video is the yarn I used to make all those hanging baskets for our winter hats and gloves and stuff. So they had, I think they had all the colors, and I'm kind of regretting the color I chose now. I think I should have gone with like the orange or the yellow and kept with the bright colors, but the brown looked really pretty on the picture, and now I'm not so sure. We'll have to see. I'm gonna make the same thing, another basket, for my husband to put his stuff in, or we can put the baby stuff in it. I don't really care. But here's the brown. In the picture it looked like there was a lot more of the darker color, but this is a lot of light brown. And then this tan is a little orangey and weird. But yeah, so I got two of those to hold together and make another basket. So hopefully maybe holding them together will take away the weirdness that I'm seeing here. I don't know. It just wasn't, it's not bad. It just wasn't what I was expecting. I like the darker brown colors versus, you know, the tans. So that's okay. We'll see when I get around to that also. Yeah, so I think that's everything. For February, I need to finish my hats. I have a few more chapstick holders that I want to finish. I kind of went a little crazy on those. My daughter, I actually made one more out of some gold yarn that my daughter stole this morning. Obviously work on like the crochet alongs if I can get to them, the Jada stitches, the towel toppers, the birthstone one. I need to finish the blessing christening dress, and then I want to start her Easter dress. My plan is to, I don't know if you guys remember, if you're been around a while, I made a skirt for myself last year to match my girls' Easter dresses. Well, we didn't actually have much of an Easter, and both of their dresses I think were slightly large on them, so I'm just planning on repeating their Easter dresses. I usually get them a new one every year. Sometimes I make them kind of every other year I make them. So they're gonna keep those ones. I'm gonna wear my skirt that matches, and then I still have some yarn that I was originally going to use for my skirt but then switched out that I'm gonna try the baby dress out of. So we'll see. I kind of want to make my husband a tie. I don't know if he'll go for that. But I think it'd be fun if we could all match. Yeah, for Easter. And hopefully we get a little bit more of an Easter this year than we did last year. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Thank you. Sorry, my baby's kind of waking up, so I'm getting distracted. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you're new for subscribing, and I hope you like what you see and stick around. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.